Welcome, darlings, and please hit the like button and click subscribe, or I'm going to retire prematurely and take up gardening, as I seem to attract vegetables and Fruit Loops. We're stable and stationary for a moment, guys. You've all been gagging for an update, so here it is. I'm a little nervous today. I'm wearing glasses, I'm dressed like a bookseller, so I might get verbally abused by a frustrated 49-year-old virgin from Orpington with the intellect of a cabbage and the vocabulary of a 4-year-old gelding. But let's briefly address the difference, folks. It's fundamentally important between fascism and racism, as they really have nothing to do with one another. Racism, distasteful, ignorant belief that inherent differences in races means some are inferior to others and deserve fewer rights. Fascism, on the other hand, different kettle of fish entirely. It's an authoritarian, always have trouble with that word, authoritarian political ideology, advocates forcibly and or violently suppressing your political opponents or enemies. Key difference there, not a lot of people know that. Now everyone knows it. You can easily engage in one, fascism that is, without the other. And as a Jewish man himself, Friar Tuck would need to be the biggest idiot ever to be a racist, which is why I and the mass media use the correct term, fascist, as reported in many mainstream news articles, which were referred to and linked in the video description. Tuck didn't sue one of them, and those articles are still online because it wasn't defamation. Very simple, really, but it's important to bear that in mind. That said, that disturbing video, folks, the bookshop video, will likely be removed from YouTube this weekend, as he acquired privacy like the bellicose hypocrite we know him to be. But it doesn't matter. It was published to demonstrate an earlier pattern of aggressive behaviour after taking legal advice. Aggressive behaviour, verbal abuse and bullying, which still persists, as you've all now seen, in the multiple times 4 that I've got on film and saved, that he has approached me in a threatening manner whilst I've been peacefully and lawfully filming. That's the key, guys. Peaceful, lawful. Anyway, the good news is that from this moment on, you'll love this, folks, he will be completely ignored and avoided, as all insecure, angry and abusive bullies deserve. Let's be honest, the horses have a far higher IQ than Tuck, so as far as I'm concerned, he can fry a Tuck off. On that note, folks, the filter issue before I move. Yes, notes have been taken, guys, having listened to you all. I apologise to this gent, in fact, who might well have thought I was talking about him as the bookseller. He did glance at the camera when I started my little speech. He's not involved. I didn't pay him to be here. It's just an odd coincidence. I didn't even notice it when I was sitting down. Who are we underneath, in fact? Is this Lloyd George? I believe it is, actually. Yes, David Lloyd George. Sorry, filters, people. Back to the first one. I did mention that we're going to go through a series of steps before we get it exactly right. So yeah, that might mean a bit of awkwardness, a bit of changing over. So the first one that we used on the first day, that's back on now. The heavier sunny one has been removed. However, the thing that is awkward is how many of you said, hey, it's great, it's amazing, it's perfect. But also a fair number of you said it's not perfect, and that there are other issues. So it's a tricky one, this. I'm not sure if Whitehall is blocked or what's going on. There's a fire engine. Hold on. Actually, no, he's just got stuck at the lights. Now, it's not weather-wise all that was supposed to be, and annoyingly, guys, I'm actually wearing my Australian slouchy hat because it said it was going to be 18 degrees and bright and sunny. It's flipping not. We were lied to. There's no flipping sun anywhere. However, it's kind of breezy, balmy. Now, you will see some people with short sleeves. Actually, I've pulled my sleeves up. But equally, because of the absence of sun, you will see a lot of people wearing coats, even scarves. I've seen a few bobble hats, actually, which at 18 degrees is complete madness. One thing I can tell you, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago we had a few sunny days, didn't we? And it was very busy, very, very busy. Today is a whole new level, okay? If somebody dropped me here from another galaxy and said, what's going on in London? I'd say, well, summer has just begun and that's why it's packed. When I say packed, you might not have really noticed it as I was sitting over there in the most peaceful spot I could find for my little intro. But it's very, very, extremely busy. In fact, all the tube stations, people flooding out to the Natural History Museum, absolute madness. 12:45, folks, which means the lifeguard should be back. I did mention, look at this, that's a good example of the contrast. One lady, short sleeves, t-shirt, other lady, full-length coat. I'm hoping that bright orangey sort of flamey coat will help us to decide whether or not this is the best in terms of that balance of colour versus clarity, which is a tricky balance to strike, guys. So we'll make our way to you know where. I actually am dressed like a bit of a bookseller, guys, so that's why I'm nervous, you know. But we'll see, we can deal with it, it's all good. They're still, I think, really busy with this mess in the centre and the toilet thing. And the reason I think they're probably accelerating it with extra people and pretty severe closures, actually, is because it's really busy already. And obviously, if there are no latrine facilities nearby, that is a problem for tourists. Yeah, and London doesn't want to get a rep as being, hey, it's a place you can dash, but you can't take a slash. It doesn't want to get that kind of a reputation, folks. I'll tell you that. Paris is actually quite notorious for for the absence of facilities that are available cleanly and publicly, should we say. But that's that. So let's take a little stroll. A security guy in his high-vis thinks he's Secret Service. He's actually not. This kiosk is protected for future generations. I wonder why that one is and this one isn't. That's curious. Why do we think one phone box might be protected, the other is not? Unless they simply forgot to pop the sticker on it. I mean, I don't know. That, I think, would be an oversight. However, I don't think they would protect all of them, simply because there are so many. Now, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. I mean, I say interesting, not in the positive sense. There are 2 protests lined up, but it's raining, or it's forecast to be rainy tomorrow. So I can see there being a few issues. This is going to be a bit of a messy weekend for Whitehall, so I have no idea what will or will not be possible. But I'll do my best, ladies and gents. Yeah. Something. I wonder if they're expecting a farmers protest. They're just getting ready with the camera. I think they're just surveying the monument, making sure nothing's been attached to it, and ensuring it is superbly clean. I did mention we've got a couple of events this weekend, and one of them does involve our lovely cenotaph. I'm getting some strange looks because, honestly, guys, with my slouchy on, when there's no sunshine, I actually look like, what's the word? Oh yes, drongo. I look like a drongo, mate. Massively. The only thing missing from my little outfit right now is a tinny. Yeah, I just need a tinny lad, as Spaniard would say. Okay, Downing Street. And I am looking over my shoulder, guys, as I walk into the road. Israeli tour guide behind me. Jesus is Lord, abortion is murder. Wow. Okay. I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, am I right? In fact, everyone is entitled to their opinion, unless that opinion is contrary to English law. That's worth bearing in mind, people. Oh yes. So next up is horse guards. So what are we expecting today? Well, I mean, honestly, I have no idea. There was a guard change at the palace, which finished about 15 to 20 minutes ago. That obviously is going to mean we've got a lot of people. We're expecting a lot of people to be turning up here at horse guards in the next 15 to 30 minutes. Now, I'm secretly hoping, as I think are a lot of you, that we see certain lifeguards return. Doesn't matter which. We've all got our own sort of, favourites, shall we say. But after something that happened a few days ago, a lot of you might have spotted it, me being in the yard talking with the NCO. That was cut out of my video. One, because it was a private conversation. Two, because I informed the officer that I would be switching off the camera before we went into... Guys, quick question. You've seen the horses and the soldiers down there? Yeah. You're English, yeah, like me. What do you reckon to that and the way the tourists take the mick?
It's a liberty.
Big time, no?
Typical though, isn't it?
If you went to any other country like me, you wouldn't take the mick and laugh and point and joke and blah blah blah, would you? Because we English people, except when we go to the south of Spain, generally... yeah. Actually, you know what? I might have to cut that bit. Yeah, let's forget about us. Yeah, only for about 400 years. Guys, take it easy, yeah? Brilliant. That was not scripted, folks. I wasn't expecting the wave, so I thought, you know what? Why not? Right. The arrival. Here we go. Yeah, so I love the fact that they picked up on that. Yeah, I was thinking more about, loutish behaviour with drunken types in Spain, but they correctly and rightly immediately picked up on the other key issue that often occurs with English tourists abroad. What am I referring to? Football. Oh my goodness me, we've just had a crash. It just scared everybody. That was a massive... Whoa! Look at this, folks. This crane, luckily there's no one on the bus, but this crane has just gone smash into the back of a bus. What the flip? Of all the things that we've ever seen or heard here in central London, that is absolutely bonkers. Right outside horseguards as well. That was a proper little crunch, in fact, to be quite honest, folks. I thought I dropped a pack of crisps and stood on it. Absolute madness. Police are straight to the front over there. The problem is this is going to cause a problem for horseguards for two reasons. One, it's right opposite the gate. There's the gate. We're right in the middle of the road. There is a huge amount of traffic backed up. Luckily, there's a little bit of space to get around. How does everyone end up being in the right place at the right time? So look at that, guys. It's actually squashed itself. Plus now all the van drivers. Careful, Sonny, careful.
Thanks, save my life.
Mate, I tell you, that is just absolutely hilarious, though. It's the funniest thing ever. Oh, goodness me. 12 days until the High Court. Can't wait. Right, folks, so yeah, as you can see, absolutely squashed. Let's turn the camera away so that silly boy can't cry privacy. Anyway, we got that massive squash. As I was saying, the biggest problem right here, right now, is the fact that it's completely blocked the road. Completely, look. Now, the police will obviously be here pretty quick because this is an extremely sensitive location in the centre of the government district. This is like the same thing happening outside, in some respects, the Elysee Palace, for goodness sake, or, outside Congress. It's completely and utterly crazy that it's squished like this. We will possibly go and have a look in a minute, but I'll wait until the police arrive. It'll be a little bit more dramatic at that point. Okay, so we're here. We're back. Horseguards. That gets silly boy out of the way. He's had a little complaint, as you probably heard, so we'll leave him to it. Oops. Bing bong. So who have we got out here today? Other than an absolutely massive number of tourists. Sorry, I'm talking to my video.
I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Tell me who's on.
Do you mind if I cut through that?
No.
Thank you so much.
With pleasure. No, good luck.
Oh my gosh.
I think everybody is kind of taken aback a little bit, folks, by it is a busy one, I tell you. And that having happened behind is completely ridiculous, folks. It's incredible, isn't it, really? I still got silly boy behind me. I walked away. I'm going to completely ignore, as I mentioned in the introduction, and I will not move from that decision to ignore, which is what legal advice has advised. Now, looking up at the clock, we've got exactly 6 minutes until the changeover. The thing is, are the lifeguards doing hourly changeovers? Probably. But I'm not going to go in the yard. The reason I'm in the yard. I'm not going to stay in the yard for the changeover. 2 reasons why. One, obviously the accident outside, everything's going to go completely crazy when the police turn up and possibly close everything. Secondly, that enormous crane weighs, I don't know how many tons. I wonder if we get an interview with the with the crane driver. That would be absolutely bizarre. Oh, sorry. If are the bus is going to turn? Where are they going? I don't know if the bus is able to do a U-turn. I think they might well have been told. But I was just thinking, there's not enough space. Even if they use the front bit here. Now we've got the mounted police coming along. I can't see 3 or 4 officers. Bus drivers over there having a chat with the crane operator. Annoying thing, to be honest, guys, is the fact that I actually initially thought to myself, better to walk on this side of the road initially, on the way to horseguards. Guys, you can't park here.
I know that.
I had to do it, you know I did, boss. What a top man. Honestly, folks, I would have not blamed him at all if he called me or whatever and given me a slap. What a top man for taking that. I had to do it because I've never been right there when an accident's happened right next to me. Brilliant, no? It had to be done. All the cars are beeping, like, move. One small problem, his enormous crane. The thing is, they're going to need an even more enormous crane to move the enormous crane. Wait, let me try and get across. Yeah. I know. Guy in the car's having a meltdown. Brabazon, folks. Furthest horse. Okay. Officers are, I think, possibly going to use their horses to close the road. I mean, it'll be interesting to see because at the moment the police have not arrived. They're almost certainly en route. You were 1 car too late, Chief, before it only just happened a couple of minutes ago, literally. Taxi driver, luckily hasn't got a passenger, but we've now got mounted police, folks, outside horseguards, dealing with this extraordinary situation where it's just squashed. Let's just get one last shot, actually, right at the front. Move like right around. Oopsie. Everyone here, no? There's like 50 people. That is mad. Did anybody tell him that he's not allowed to park that there or not? I did, I already did, and he took it well. Okay, that's the crunch. Which bus is it? I think it's the 4592 to Crane, which is a borough of South London. Did you see which bus number it is?
There's no bus number.
No?
I think it's just not being used.
I said to the crane driver that you can't park there, and he took it well, to be fair. That was me.
Oh, right.
It's got to be done though. Yeah, it's got to be done. 1 second, guys. I'm going to wind up the builders over here. 1 second. Just thought of something. Folks, the police just asked me if there's 6 or 7 of you that can help lift the crane. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know how they're going to get anything big enough to pick that up. No. It's this way. No, I know, but it's now that way. It's okay. Is this government?
It's just a private site.
I thought it was the back of the MOD. It is. Yeah, but you know that from the public pavement I'm allowed to film even through the fence.
My face on your board.
No, I respect that, but you know that legally I can. I won't do it, but legally I can. That's the way it is here. Which, to be honest, in some respects I don't agree with, but this is why I turned it away. So, folks, it was going so well then. Aussie lady doesn't want to be filmed. Fair enough. I mean, the rest of them thought it was quite a funny joke. I really, to be honest, want to get the response of the bus driver. However, I'm not sure it's entirely fair. Let me ask him. Which route it is? Which bus is this? Which route? Which bus route is it? Wait, but it's on the front, though. On the. Ah, you mean it's kind of like out of service? I mean, it's definitely flipping out of service now, isn't it? I heard the crunch.
Yeah, it's out of service before anyway.
But did you think that it was coming around and you stopped early, or we just smashed into the back?
We just were driving. We could drive and then we just hit. Sorry,
That was mad. My camera's not on you, Chief. It's not on you. Okay, let's leave them to it, guys. They deserve a bit of privacy. Funnily enough, the horse. Wait, look at this. Oh, somebody just dropped their nice brand new phone. The horse, guys, is. Look at this. The horse is actually at the level crossing. Look. He's not waiting to cross the road. He's actually stationary at the level crossing because of the fact that, of course, they need to make sure everything is fine. I'll ask which horse it is. Ah, damn it. Just as I'm about to... Actually, wait, if they're holding the traffic, that means I can cross. That is absolutely bonkers, isn't it? I mean, my timing, folks, could not have been better, am I right? One of you will recognise this horse. Pop the name in the comments. I'm not going to bother the officer with questions. It's noisy. There's a lot of people, hell of a lot of traffic, a lot going on here right now, so it's not really fair to be getting in his face. Plus, we had the little joke with the bus driver and the crane driver, and I think it's important to know when enough is enough. Right, that's the whistle from the police officer on his horse to say the traffic is still allowed to come along. It'll only be for another minute or so, and then we can cross over. Extraordinarily, then 2 new horses are coming out right now. The reason he didn't mention the bus route is that the bus was already out of service. Okay? In other words, it had already finished whichever route it was doing. This bus driver's like, what the? Okay, so that was that. What an utterly extraordinary morning. And we've got a space for our new, look at this, the new horse arrives. Which horse is it? Instinctively, I thought to myself that could be Vise, but now I'm not sure. Golly. It's very humid actually, guys, today. Very humid. I don't think I've seen something as extraordinary as that for an opener to one of the videos. And we've seen quite a lot of unexpected moments that one wouldn't actually even believe unless we'd captured them. It would have been brilliant if the 3 guys we spoke to about the behaviour of English people abroad had been here to help. I could have said to them, you know, pretend that you're traffic marshals and go and rustle up some support to pick up the crane. I think it's going to end up being here most of the day. I don't know how much it weighs. It's not. It should be listed, but I can't see it. Somewhere it will state the weight on the crane itself, but absolute madness. Okay, so moving from the front into the yard. Gatesman has left his post, as you can see. He's being shadowed. We're allowed to be in the centre of the yard. They're just telling everybody to move back. I'm going to make sure I'm not in front of any tourists. He's physically, that officer then moved that woman out of the way because she was not listening. And again, look, moved him out the way. That's twice. Man in the white cap and body warmer. Okay, off we go. My adrenaline this morning is absolutely crazy. Officers are just, some of them don't know about the fact that the crash happened, so they're just being filled in. It's an incredible thing, folks, to happen here. Oh, some VIPs leaving. That is General Richard McFarthington, Brownington, McGreenington, Hughes Stanley, who's on his way for promotion to Field Marshal, I believe. Okay, so we have got some of my favourite troopers here today, especially the fellow on the left who is becoming a firm favourite on this channel, as he's always in a good mood, and to be honest, he's very fair in the approach that he takes with the tourists. We might not necessarily always agree with his approach, but it's a fair and consistent approach. I've got a feeling actually that the big boy over there, especially if it pulls up the thing around his neck to cover his nose and mouth, might be an auditor. I'll ask you in a minute. Why? Why not? It's fun to engage with others in a respectful way. I thought we were zoomed in there, but we're not. We're at 1. I don't think he's going to have to shout because the police have cleared a huge number of people out of the way. I won't pan any further because some little kid is on his dad's shoulders. Yeah, they cleared everyone out of the way pretty quick, but that's a fair old queue, no? Crowd, sorry. And queue actually, people waiting to go through the tunnel. Are patiently queuing. That's it. Okay, that part is done. At least for the next hour. And to be honest, our timing is perfect. Actually, wait, where did the auditor man go? I think he actually left. Either that or I missed. It's too many people here. I'm scanning across the crowd. And I'm hyper observant, but no, I think he went straight out through the tunnel, which is a shame actually, because having had that chat with the auditor before, it went very well. It was a lovely conversation, in all honesty, which is why I'm now one of his biggest fans. Oops, they were just about to exit. These tourists were just about to exit, thinking that was the way out. I mean, the gate isn't even that busy this morning, to be quite fair. Trooper number 2's closing up the boxes. Hopefully nobody's going to actually get in his way whilst he's trying to do his work of closing up the doors to the boxes. Right. Whew. We've got the flipping police horse running through the middle of the road. What on earth? Look at this. I mean, having police horses and mounted branch doing traffic control in central London. I don't know how long it's been since that's happened, but I never remember seeing it here. Folks, can you drop the name of the second horse in the comments? This one. That's one we've seen a few times, but I don't remember the name. Has anyone told the crane driver that he can't park that there or not? Ah, Italiano. Scusi. I'm thinking probably the police, actually, guys. In all honesty, but the funny thing is, obviously, an incident like this transcends people behind me. Just oh my goodness. The problem is now horseguards is going to get completely jammed because, as well as what's happening with the guards and the horses and so on, we've got this spectacle in front, and obviously now hundreds of people in front of me and behind me have stopped for a glance. Okay. That's not what we came for, but horse is thinking, I hope they get the crane move shortly, because at the moment I can't see the Ministry of Defence, and it's important to keep an eye on my employer at all times. Hey, gorgeous. Yeah, folks, I'm not actually convinced it's Vise. I know there are two with like a big sort of streak down the front of their face. I'm no chance am I going for the other phone for any horse pictures of the day today. It's just too busy. This crowd, people could disappear in 1 second having grabbed it. Way too busy. Who's up next? I will try my best to concentrate and keep the camera in this direction over the boxes for 2 reasons. 1, horsey time, and 2, there were just so many people behind us. It's ridiculous. He's in the box, little man over there. Now, I honestly cannot remember the response of this particular guard when people are jumping right in his way. But it doesn't matter why, because if somebody gets in the box, we're going to find out pretty quick, smart folks. They'll tell them to get right out of the box. It's annoying actually that the guy we chose to speak to is Italian, but he took it well. Who's up next? It's actually, it looks like, I can't tell whether it's a school group or a tour group. They've got lanyards, red lanyards, but I can't read from the hoodies and lanyards where they're all from. Not that it really matters, but actually there's a heart on the lanyard. Maybe it's a charity group, in fact, on a team building day out here in central London. Who's up next? One of the first times we arrived here, and the first person that we saw in camera didn't get told to get out of the box. That's actually the first time that happened this week, if we think back. Oh, hold on. Typical nervous tourist. I don't really see the point in being that scared when you're pretty much the entire horse's length away from the horse itself, but just whatever floats your boat. I think we'll split it. I can't quite see the clock. I think we'll split it kind of evenly as best I can today between this end and the other end. It's not going to be a 50-50 because we don't know what might or might not happen behind it. Now, luckily, I'm right in the nick of time. The police have arrived. There we are. I've got to do it, folks. I've got to do the. Hiya. I was actually. It happened the second that I arrived here. The crane tried to go across a bit too quickly,
And the bus.
and smack. Yeah, had a chat with both the bus driver and the crane driver. Bus man is pretty sure that, you know, he was in the clear and the crane was a little bit too speedy. I didn't see it, but I heard it. It was like a real loud crunch. I've got to ask the police, haven't I, if they told him he's allowed to park that there. Yeah, let's see if we get some comedy, guys. No, he's a bit too serious. I don't want to ask him. He'll get upset. I mean, do you want to do it? You say to. Hey, you're telling me that exactly.
I've been working with them this morning, so.
No, I can't do it to them. Not the mounted branch. I reckon the Met will take it. The normal Met will take it fine, but mounted branch. Actually, they'll leave you anyway. 1 second, folks. All right. Officer, excuse me. Did anyone tell him that he's allowed to park that there? He's not allowed to park that there, is he? Come on, surely. The thing is, I'm going to need a pretty flipping massive crane to get that off of the street, no?
We'll get a crane to move it.
Do we know the weight of this crane? I was looking on the thing.
You can Google it. City Lifeline, the make.
Oh, city lifting, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Wait. Is that 6.5 on the bag? 6.5. Yeah, it's 6.5 tons, folks. The officer didn't really. He didn't want. They've been. The problem is that's been done now with the police so many times. That, you know, question about you can't park. Okay, let's leave it. It was worth the effort. Okay, I think he's now going to try and de-sandwich the crane from the bus. This will be interesting. I mean, I guess the police have. Did they tell him to try and move it?
I've got my personal narrator here. He can be the narrator.
Oh, well, I mean, only if you give your lovely viewers a shout out for my lovely channel.
Go on, give yourself a shout out.
You sure?
Yeah.
I never do
There's
that.
only
You sure?
407 people.
407. Well, I mean, actually, I've only got 406 subscribers, so that will help, won't it?
That's good.
Folks, some of you might know the channel. Just like, you know, our man Tony here, who does a great job. I'm John, known Tony for a while, and my channel is London City Walks. Never as much drama as on Tony's channel, because I don't do special ops like.
But this is a
Tony.
guy. If you ever want a good horseguardsparade narrator, he's the man.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah,
What's
guys.
your channel again?
London City Walks
There you go.
on YouTube. That's the one.
John, London City Walks.
That's the one. Hey, guys.
Mel Diamond.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. If you know the channel, glad you're watching, Tony.
Guys, there's the back of the
Oh
bus.
my goodness me! Look at the back of the
There's
bus.
the damage.
I haven't seen anything get
shot.
that seriously smashed in since what was that kind of?
Tyson fight.
No, the OnlyFans girl. What was her name? Lily something or whatever.
You cannot speak for 10 seconds. I'm just getting shot.
Oh, of course. 1 second, folks. Tony's going for some shots, so I've moved out. So he's very kind to give me a shout out. We've had disagreements in the past, but he's a good and solid guy. Wow. The key thing is that they got the traffic. Oh, flipping out even more arriving.
The cavalry's arrived.
Look at this. Yeah, the cavalry's here.
First time I've seen horses herding traffic.
I've never seen that inside.
I know.
Yeah, I said that. Amazing sights this morning, no?
So this seems to be a heavy police presence here.
It's funny because the other day we were saying we didn't see any police horses. Like, where were they all? Today there's the whole lot. I think we were 6, 7, 8. I can't even remember. I mean, we saw a lot. Yeah. In fact, there are more horses here than over at Hyde Park this morning, though.
It's like a horse. If you love horses, right?
I'm not going to get any closer, guys, because I don't want to get told off by the police for being... I mean, jaywalking, etc. is not an offence here, folks, but I don't want to get told to move out of the centre of the road. So I'm going to sort of stay in this middle bit, which, in some respects, is okay. But that's quite the damage, is it not? Wow, goodness me. Let me get myself further back. Don't want the officers to have to worry about my safety. MOD and Met together there having a chat. Nice thing to see. Right, back over. Enough of that. We've now seen it. If and until some majorly heavy lifting equipment gets here, we're done with that for the moment. Okay, listen. See. Nice. Oh. See, another horse that I recognise, but obviously I can't remember the name. What a surprise. Okay, we've got a great spot actually. A beautiful light today. It's not too bright. Neither is it too dark. Gatesman. Straight out. Straight back in. Good to see the coordinated response here actually, in all honesty, folks. No? Mounted branch, straight on it in 1 second, waiting for their colleagues. Because the thing that we don't know when something like that... Oh, there we go. That's happened, didn't it? The thing that we don't know, or anyone else for that matter, when something like this happens in a place like this, that could be a diversionary tactic for something else. I don't want to say it, but you know where I'm going with this. Because it's a remarkable coincidence that happened there. 2 years of filming, we've never seen something like that. Oh, sorry, it's okay. Goodness me, the tour groups are just vast today. Let's hope that everybody decides to stay reasonably, if not absolutely, out of the box. Actually, I'm hearing a hell of a lot of people speaking Italiano today. Ragazzi, andiamo, everywhere. Kids or children, let's go, I think is what that means. My Italian, folks, is not particularly good other than the usual stuff. Ciao, grazie, blah, blah, blah. I don't honestly know where to point the camera, to be quite frank, people. However, we've got the best spot for the moment, so we'll leave it on horsey. Ragazzi, ragazzi. Okay, so it was obviously the German school groups last week. It's the second one, kid this time. That was quite a loud shout. I'm not sure whether the trooper meant get back to Italy or just get back out of the box. maybe both. What an utterly extraordinary morning. Incidentally, guys, yours truly booked his Easter holiday yesterday, it being my day off, so I'll update you on that nearer the time. I did mention I'll be away for a little while, but it won't be long, I promise, and it won't be yet either. Oh, she looks happy. The tourists are kind of sort of sneaking through the small gaps that they can find because... Oh! I'm not sure if we caught that or not. Absolutely unbelievable, to be honest. I mean, just like, see that? I don't know if we got it clearly on the camera, but he just strolled straight into the box to give the horse a bit of a pat. I hope we saw it. Let me make a quick note of the timestamp of that on the video, because that's the first touch that blade, something that I remember seeing in a while. Just done that very, very quickly. I need to get a little voice recorder actually so that I can quickly activate it with a specific command and then mention timestamps. Because I've noticed recently that a couple of times I've forgotten events in the video that I've posted with reference to another event, because sometimes there are just too many things to remember that happen in the space of 1 hour. That's the downside to these hour plus vlogs. Now we might go over the usual time today, maybe not. I need to be at Heathrow Airport by 6:30 this evening. Guys, I'm not going anywhere, chill, not yet, to pick up my other half. So I think there's still enough time to do a longer than usual video. Rush home, post it, and head to the airport. Kappa Sport, this gent behind us. Gosh, I mean, just golly gosh, people. I don't actually think, to be honest, I've seen this many people filming either. I've counted at least 15 people today. Half of them I know well. Another half, no idea. Lots of people are still posing, actually, both sides, but not going up super close. Or as close as one would like. Ah, the corporal of horse. One second, let me get out of the way of the tourists. Corporal of horse. Oh, we go out, he goes back in. I was hoping he was going to come out and speak to the two troopers. He's headed back in. We didn't even look actually at who we've got here today. Oh yes, we know who's the gatesman. We saw him, as I mentioned. Someone that we like very much on this channel. Who is today's chitsman? Another trooper, in fact, who we've seen many times as the gatesman, and we've also seen him in the box. There he is, being completely and utterly left alone by the tourists. And I'm sure, to be honest, he's delighted about that. I would be, if I were a chitsman. Stand there, meditate, think about holiday plans, what are you going to have for dinner, which movie you're going to go to at the cinema this weekend, and more importantly, a little bit of meditation. Peaceful solitude, folks. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with at the front gate from the yard side. And to be honest, I don't think this is going to let up at all in the next hour. I mean, I hope it might, but one never knows. One never knows. I'm trying to think, actually. I don't think she was just told to move the pushchair. The thing is, actually, although we should get a little bit of each, the trooper at the other end, the one we just saw telling the gent not to touch his horse, he's outstandingly consistent in not letting anyone approach or take the you-know-what. So I think he'll get more screen time than this end. Not because either is more or less interesting, but simply because we're much more likely to have people getting in trouble at the other end. Oh, she just dropped something. Wait, I better tell her. Oh, yeah, you dropped something. You know. I thought that was money she was going to put in the guard's boot. You know, they slide money in the boots and cash. Oh, she dropped it again. Where is it?
It's just some tissues.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, I thought it was cash. I didn't know what it was. Some little leaflet. No, a few times people have gone to drop or have money and dropped it on the floor, and then other tourists have picked it up and put it in the guard's boot. Yeah, it's not really loud, but they don't tell you not to. So if you've got any £50 notes, you know what to do. We haven't actually yet, folks, as far as I'm aware, seen a £50 note being deposited in the guard's boot. We haven't. I would love to capture that happening for the first time, but I wouldn't do it because it would be too gimmicky. And neither would I pay or ask a tourist to do it for the same reason. You know, I don't set up or script the content. This is why I try to narrate consistently, because that way, folks, you're going to know if I'm cutting bits out, because they won't match up. They're kind of coming forward slowly. At least they're taking it in turns of being respectful this morning. In fact, two languages I'm hearing more than any other today, Italian and Polish. Lots of Poles. At least now nobody touches the horses. That's the upside, I guess.
It's be respectful.
It was too much before. This is why they put the box on the ground at the end of last year, because there were so many tourists coming from Buckingham Palace and like hands all over the horse's face and stuff. It was crazy before. So I think it was either October, November. It was definitely last autumn that they painted it. I mean, you can see it's worn quite a bit, but it's definitely. It's unfortunate it was needed, but it's. You like sort of tourist watching when the people get in trouble and they're silly. Yeah, it's a popular thing here, very much so. Oh, hold on.
Do you want your lunch?
Okay, so the senior officer on the ground, folks, is the corporal of horse. He's now having a chat to the trooper. I think that he's telling the trooper that if he's going to bring a crane into central London, he needs to drive it more carefully than the guy behind us. Did you see that from behind me a little bit earlier? See this bus that stopped in the centre with the back ripped off? An enormous 6.5 ton crane went crunch, straight into the back of the bus. Oopsie.
Is he daytime job?
No, luckily. I'd be kind of embarrassed actually to say this is my job. It's fun. I live nearby. I shoot some vlogs. I post them on YouTube. People love this around the world.
Yeah, I bet they do.
They absolutely love watching what happens here because it's madness sometimes. Especially now we're getting to pre-tourist season with the Easter holidays. Okay. Oh, you're a tour guide today, yeah?
She is my tour.
Oh, she's your... okay. Oh, well, yeah, I was thinking you're the local, aren't you, for your accent? And, well, I mean, that's local compared to US.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you might say Canadian, that's why I was being careful.
No, I'm US.
USA.
Thank you, have a good day.
Hey, you too. Have a good day. Okay, I said local, I meant in the sense that, she's clearly British, unlike her companion, who, as you heard, is from the USA. Nice to see that special relationship in action here on the ground, folks. Anglo-US tour guiding and cooperation. Oh. Okay, who's up next? I realised that the person taking his picture is right behind me. But everyone's gonna right in the camera today, bro. Oh my goodness me, folks! What on earth? Very carefully to lift this up. Oh boy, it's that really animated, I like him. He's really funny, the Spanish tour guide. Wow, his boots are really getting a little bigger. Did tell you we'd see a man with a bobbly hat. Oh, she's in the box. Is the trooper going to notice? Yes, but you know what? She left too soon. Oh my goodness me, folks. I mean, just all around me, it's busy, 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 busy. Look at this, bro. To be honest, you'd never guess that a white box painted on the ground equals don't go in the box, would you? Some of you have mentioned you think it should be like yellow or sort of yellow, hazardy type colours, or even red or whatever, but I don't know, that would look gaudy in an area with so many listed buildings. It's not just horseguards, it's pretty much this entire street and the buildings beyond, going all the way down to the river and all the way through the Royal District, past St James's Palace to Buckingham Palace. I haven't seen anyone that qualifies, in my opinion, yet for best dressed. There's been no extraordinary outfit, whether good or bad. However, there's still time, ladies and gents. Yes, there is. There's a broman over here, these two dudes. He's zipping through his group fast. But it's a big group, and if they want a picture, it's going to take a while. No doubt about that. Who's next? 3 people at the same time, actually, getting a picture with the horse. Try not to point it all the time directly at the trooper. I don't like doing that. It feels awkward. Like a bit. It's not an invasion of personal space because I'm miles back, but it just feels awkward. So sometimes we will keep like direct, and other times, as I've done before, we'll film across the box. That also gives us a good idea of how many people are here and who's coming through the gate. Oh, okay. Here comes another group shot. Same tour guide. He must be coining in actually right now. Good luck to him, I say. If we can help the Spanish economy in any way, then why not? Bring it on, is what I say. Pretty much. Oh, gatesman, coming. He got through clean and clear. I haven't seen this trooper raise his sword. Nope, he gave him the nod. Gatesman's going back in again. Very peaceful morning for our lovely gatesman, I must say. Very. Folks, I'm going to ask the gent here who's been tourist watching for a while if he knows the channel. 1 second. You mentioned before that you kind of like the tourist watching aspect of this, like what goes wrong here when people are silly and stuff. Do you know this? Ever seen this?
No.
I guess you watch YouTube though. You've never seen. Where do you watch these videos? Up on TikTok or stuff?
No, from just being here, I don't watch videos.
You're a local. I think
I am not local, but I come here a lot.
Okay.
Probably.
You prefer to watch it in person and kind of get the whole atmosphere as well, yeah?
I stay up at St. Herman's, I come down here a lot. I'll just sit here for like half an hour, just chill out watching.
This is becoming a very popular spot for people watching, and to be honest, the place has gotten so popular in the past year just because there's been so much coverage on YouTube, TikTok and other social media about the interactions with tourists and the guards and the horses and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen it before, like I said, I didn't recognize the white line, but I've seen all the people just being silly, trying to touch the horse and all that.
Yeah, that's a funny thing, because obviously if you've been here before and you didn't notice that the line had been added, did you? So it's kind of understandable, I guess, that some of the tourists don't see it when they come through, especially when it's busy.
Yeah, I didn't notice it before, for sure.
Yeah.
But I know what it's there for. Like, I'm smart enough to realize that,
Yeah, but a lot of people, I think, when they fly through the gate and it's so busy and they get a little bit distracted, they don't look down, do they? Especially if you've got kids or, you're busy.
Especially if it's the first time, you're going to be excited, especially like you said, a kid or whatever.
Yeah, massive. And a lot of people, actually, even though they walk through the gate from the palace and see the 2 troopers, don't even know that there are horses at the front until they come through.
Right.
So it's a bit of that kind of, shocked Pikachu face moment, straight in the box. A few people even walked into the horse when they've been on their phones.
Right.
Like face pump, smack, straight in the horse.
Yeah, you see it all the time. Everything's about the phone, so I've seen it walk into people and other things too.
So yeah, you've definitely got the best spot.
Yeah, and I've been here before where, like, depending which horse it is, the horse is just having a bad day, like, it wanting to stay,
When they have a little bit of a meltdown and they're taken off. Yeah. People have been quite polite overall. Okay, so the horses are swapped over on the hour every hour. First come out at 10 a.m. The last shift is 3 to 4 o'clock, then they're done. When we switch to summer hours quite soon, the troopers in the yard will stay out until 6 o'clock in the archers, so long days for them. Nice to talk to you though, and enjoy. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to get in the back of your group selfie, guys.
It's okay.
They were taking a group selfie and I just realised that I'm in it, like completely clearly. I saw the picture as they took it. Okay, so we've got a second NCO, I think. Fine looking fellow. I'm not sure, but I think he might well be the Lance Corporal of Horse. I'm noticing 2 chevrons. This is getting really interesting. I know we're getting toward the summer, and I know that typically speaking, the NCOs are more visible during the summer. But it's not that often, although we did see it actually a few days ago. It's not that often that we get both here. Oh, here's that enormous recovery crane. Actually, wait, it doesn't need to recover the other crane because it was still drivable, so that crane was moved. This massive thing will turn around and come back to remove the bus. So at least that issue, as it were, has been pretty much resolved. I really like that guy. I'm assuming, I didn't ask him because I didn't want to be intrusive, and it doesn't really matter whether he's US or Canadian. I think US instinctively, if he's here on holiday, but he did mention he's a local. But it's good actually that some people are happier to come here and actually stand here and watch and enjoy what's happening in real life, as opposed to, virtual. What I mean by that? Well, I'd say probably about 99% of you that watch this channel either haven't been here, as many of you said you will not be able to come here for different reasons, health, other reasons, travel restrictions, etc., etc. So it's an amazing thing that there are some people that are able to come here and stand and spend time and watch it for themselves. Because yes, I understand, guys, this is an interesting thing to watch. I like to watch my own videos sometimes. But for all of you, I think it's fair for me to state that all of you, if you had the opportunity, would love to spend an hour or two here observing what you enjoy watching in these videos. I do my best to bring it to you with a bit of humour and commentary and sarcasm and the rest of it. But goodness gracious me, I do think that most of you would like to be here. Is she going to try and touch the horse? I don't think she is. Although I did think she might when I first came out. Oh. I think I did actually spot.
Oh, I thought you wanted to do it.
Oh no, it's not. I thought it was Marty Blackborough for a second, the auditor. I like his channel, but it's not. It's someone that just looks like him. Would have been very interesting to have a conversation if it had been. Another one, gent there. See that? Second, move the camera back. He's told to move back out of the box or behind the line. So I did say, didn't I, guys? This trooper is ruthless in the best possible way.
Brinca.
Okay, I think she's actually going to qualify for outfit of the day, purely for its uniqueness. To be able to stand out like that when we're wearing black is no small achievement. Now, speaking about small achievements, ladies and gents, I'm hoping, police have already spotted it. How do I say this in a polite way? Some people that have been in some previous videos, in fact, actually, that I remember at least 2 previous videos, are back. Now, I'm hoping we're not going to get silly, ridiculous salutes and other kinds of nonsense, but let's see. Oh, bro's seen the camera. That's always a good start. He's just told her there's a camera. She's seen the camera. So now 2 know there's a camera. And that's good. Why? Because it's less likely that anybody will be silly with the camera here. But it's the gent on the right of the frame that I recognise, who's been at least 2 videos, including the very famous video where the entire group were thrown out of the yard. But things have changed recently, guys, and it's, how should I say it, a lot more peaceful and respectful when certain groups visit and interact, etc. Now, if anybody wants to talk to me or ask me why I'm filming, quite welcome to do it. I would say that went rather well, folks. I did say things have gotten better recently. That was the second brilliant example of there not being a problem when people visit. These 2 were waiting very patiently, actually, for a photo op, just like the lady to my left. So I will move away. Do the Chitsman side now, but you know what? Let them enjoy their day out here at Horseguards. So, back to the front. I think this time, actually, we want to be Still hearing in Polish. Dobra, dobra, dobra.
Ah,
Você está passeando?
a gente tá estudando lá em Limite.
Eu conheço, eu só vim aqui 2 dias.
Ah,
Eu estava em Itália, depois fomos para França, e agora estamos aqui, a gente foi para Flórida. Legal, foi um prazer conhecer vocês.
Mrs. Supreme in the black jacket.
Obrigado.
I'll get closer in a second, guys. I did mention about like kind of liking to move around a teeny weeny bit. Plus, you know, I do need to expend some calories. Oh, bro, I knew he was going to do that. Our man has to stand right there, but never mind. He's perfectly entitled to do that. It is a public place. I've mentioned many times that my favourite ever examples here of things being funny are when ladies, either well dressed or entitled looking types, march into the box or try and touch the horse, and then boom. Yikes. I did tell you, you know what? Look at this. The police are keeping a good eye, and somebody else had just said something. Actually, you know what? There were so many people filming. I mean, this kind of crowding, this is the issue, folks. Look at it. It's almost like they're at the zoo looking at some exhibition in the glass cabinet. It's not normal behaviour, is it? To crowd around like this. And I can't understand it because, you know, at the other side, perfectly normal. Come along, have your picture, leave, let someone else. But standing like right on the chain and just like glancing right in the trooper's face. I know the troopers dislike it because some of them have told me before it's extremely unsettling. Like, give the man his personal space for goodness sake, no? Look. The trooper just told him. He said stand back. Way too close. The chain's there as a guide not to get too close. So getting right up to the train and then getting over it physically. Sorry, I'm just talking to a video. It's a YouTube channel. I'm just saying it's funny, though. Some people like really kind of they really crowd around and get too close. You know, the man's at work. It's crazy, man. I think now they're trying to ask him questions or something. What the? Even the family there, the guy that I just spoke to, who wanted to say something. Look at this. Look. Trooper just raised his sword at the guy's face. See that? He's not happy at all. They're too close. Like, what the flip, man? It's unbelievable how they get in his face.
Yes, I know.
It's so out of order, isn't it? It's so disrespectful. Look at this, look. What the? You see that? The trooper was really not in a good mood then. He raised the sword as a gesture to him, which meant effectively, you know, stand back, give me some flipping room to do my job. Plus there are other tourists waiting, look. You see the trooper decided to move then. It's pretty obvious that he doesn't like the fact that they're right in his face. Where's the other guy, in fact, the main man? Group are being incredibly disrespectful, which to be honest is typical. We've seen it at least 2 times in previous videos. 2 people we recognise that have been in 2 other videos. I don't even know where the main guy was because I perhaps mentioned to him that it's just too much. You see he's like moving the sword up and they're still not even... It's unbelievable, isn't it, really, to be honest? Super rude. Look, troopers stomping. Look, I think this guy's going to say something on the left here. Absolutely extraordinary. You know, just kind of give the man some space. Actually, I don't want to get sick. 1 second. Do you speak English?
What?
You know that when the guy was like moving the sword forward and stamping with his feet, he's doing that because the group that are around him, you guys, you're too close to him. So he's sort of trying to gesture to you, like give him a little bit of space, move back a little bit. Yeah. Did you not notice? That's why he was. Yeah. I know it's complicated here, but yeah, he just.
He's just talking to you for clout, don't talk to him.
Yeah, it's funny, guys. You're not even on the camera. The camera's on the soldier. Yeah, this is why he was kind of like stomping and raising. No, you didn't have. No, people.
Should I say it? I'm
No,
sorry.
he's fine. But obviously, a lot of people here don't understand. I've just mentioned to you. You know, when he like moved the sword forward a teeny bit, etc. When you were taking the pictures, that's why he did it, because he thought that you guys were a little bit kind of, strictly speaking, like your arm or anything else shouldn't be over the chain.
I was told that when I get here, we shouldn't try to like do any funny jokes or that, you know, no laughing or.
But he's not going to get no one's there.
But now
Sorry?
nobody's there. He's doing these movements again.
Oh no, he will do that occasionally, but it was more about, you saw that he gestured to you with a sword a little bit. He was just kind of saying like, please move back.
Here in the middle. Okay, thanks for telling us.
No,
Now
guys,
we know. We live and learn.
no, enjoy your stay, and
Thank you,
thanks for
thank you.
talking to me. Yeah? Shalom. Okay, folks, you heard a second time there, a certain aggressive YouTuber came over and interrupted. Why did he do that? I'll leave you to draw your own conclusions about why he had problems with me, speaking very politely without even putting the camera in their face, as you saw, with that very kind group who actually wanted to talk to me. I was not confrontational, I was not rude, it was a very pleasant, pleasing, affable conversation. Oh, hold on, just like this, this guy was going to march over with the trooper. You see? And that conversation actually went exceedingly well. Why? Because the group, despite my earlier criticism, which was justified, you saw the behaviour, didn't understand. The lady even said, hey, we were told not to make jokes and everything. They even said that they knew how to be respectful, but they genuinely didn't realise that they were too close, and that was why the trooper was gesturing to move back. So, you know, respect to the group for being honest, for owning it, for mentioning it. They're now speaking to the corporal of horse, or trying to speak to the corporal of horse. I'm not going to film them or follow them because they're absolutely fine. I think, bless them, and I mean this, I think they wanted to, when you heard this, they said, should we apologise to the trooper? That's why I said, of course not. You can't say that. They didn't intentionally disrespect him, but I think they still feel really bad. So, you know, bless the group. I think this is a great thing to see, because now we know that the message slowly has been getting through. The lady mentioned, we'd been told before we came here not to try and make him laugh, or I can't remember what she said, but you heard the conversation. And I think it's because they wanted to talk to me and they were very kind that I thought, you know what, it's better not to pop the camera straight in their face, because they didn't deserve that. Ultimately, in other words, people intentionally disrespectful, then absolutely they deserve the camera in their face. If it's an accidental and honest mistake, of course not. We all make mistakes. It's perfectly reasonable. But at least now that elder gent, who we have seen, as I mentioned before, in multiple videos, and you're welcome to check, at least he will now know. And hopefully the word will spread further about what is and isn't good here. On that note, folks, the bus, like the crane, has gone. The road is clear again. Traffic running in both directions, which equals the end. I'm sorry, folks. I am sorry, but we are at the end. But I'll be back real soon. Today was a bit of a stonker, actually, as our first day back, wasn't it? Oh my goodness me. The adrenaline has been running since the moment I arrived, in all honesty. Extraordinary. Monday morning vibes at the end of the week. Enjoy the weekend, guys. I'll be back, as ever, real soon. Bye for now.